High blood pressure. It's called the silent killer for a reason. It creeps up slowly, without pain, without warning, until one day it's too late. You wake up dizzy, your heart racing, or you find yourself in the emergency room wondering what went wrong. Doctors love to talk about salt, cholesterol, and medication, but there is one thing they almost never tell you, something millions of seniors do every single night before bed, that can silently raise your blood pressure while you sleep. And tonight, you're going to learn exactly what that is, why it happens, and what you should do instead. Before we dive in, I want to know how many of you struggle with high blood pressure. Write your numbers down in the comments. Is your systolic usually over 130? Over 150? Let's see how many of us are fighting this battle together. And if you're new here, welcome to Senior Health. Subscribe right now and hit the bell icon, because every week we share science-backed tips to help you stay healthy, strong, and full of energy after 60. Now let's talk about what's really happening in your body at night. Your blood pressure isn't constant throughout the day. It follows a rhythm, rising in the morning when you wake up, peaking in the afternoon, and falling again at night. This drop at night is crucial. It gives your heart and blood vessels time to rest. But when this nighttime drop doesn't either happen, when your blood pressure stays high or even increases overnight, your risk of stroke, heart attack, and dementia skyrockets. According to the American Heart Association, people whose blood pressure remains elevated at night have up to 3 times higher risk of cardiovascular events compared to those whose pressure dips properly during sleep. And one of the biggest reasons for this nocturnal hypertension is what people do or eat right before bed. So what is it? What is this silent bedtime habit that's raising your blood pressure overnight? Here is the shocker. It's late-night eating, especially salty or sugary snacks, and even something as innocent as that small evening treat before bed. When you eat right before sleeping, your body stays active, digesting instead of resting. This triggers a chain reaction. Your insulin levels spike, your sympathetic nervous system stays awake, and your blood vessels tighten instead of relaxing. Blood pressure rises and stays high throughout the night. A 2022 study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology tracked over 2,000 adults aged 60 and older. Those who ate within 2 hours of going to bed had 45% higher average nighttime blood pressure and were far more likely to have non-dipping hypertension, meaning their blood pressure didn't tee lower while they slept. And it gets worse. The type of food you eat before bed can double the damage. Processed snacks, chips, cheese, deli meats, ice cream contain sodium and refined carbs that trigger water retention and stress hormones. This puts your kidneys and heart on overdrive, trying to balance fluid levels overnight. Let's take an example. Imagine you have a small, harmless snack before bed, maybe some crackers with cheese or a slice of toast with ham. Your body releases insulin to deal with the carbs, aldosterone to manage sodium, and cortisol spikes because your body interprets digestion as mild stress. The result? Instead of relaxing, your blood vessels constrict, your heart rate rises slightly, and your blood pressure that should drop by 10-20% during sleep stays elevated. You might not feel it tonight. You might not feel it next week. But over time, that nightly pattern slowly damages the delicate lining of your blood vessels. It's like leaving your car engine running all night. It wears down the system. Doctors in Japan even coined a term for this, midnight hypertension syndrome. They found that people who snack or drink before bed have higher nighttime pressure, poorer sleep quality, and wake up with morning headaches and fatigue. Sound familiar? Now you might be wondering, what about a light snack like a banana or yogurt? Well, here's the nuance. Not all snacks are bad, but the timing is everything. If you finish your last meal 3 hours before bed, your body has enough time to digest and stabilize blood sugar and blood pressure. But if you eat 30 minutes before lying down, even something healthy can backfire. There's also another hidden culprit that goes hand in hand with late-night eating: screens and stress. Many people combine their bedtime snack with TV, social media, or news. All of these activities stimulate your brain and activate the sympathetic nervous system, the fight-or-flight mode. Instead of winding down, your body goes into alert. A study in Hypertension Research Journal showed that people who watch emotionally charged TV or scroll on their phones before bed experience an average increase of 70 to 10 mmHg in systolic pressure during the first 2 hours of sleep. That's enough to completely cancel your body's nighttime blood pressure dip. So what happens next? You wake up the next morning, check your blood pressure, and see numbers that are slightly higher than usual. You blame stress, or the weather, or bad sleep. But the truth is, your bedtime habits are silently controlling your heart health. Now I want you to pause for a second and think about your own routine. What's the last thing you do before bed? Do you snack? Do you scroll on your phone? Do you fall asleep watching TV? Write it in the comments. I want to see how many of us share these habits, because the first step to lowering your blood pressure naturally is not just what you eat, it's when and how you end your day. In the next part of this video, I'll reveal the top 5 bedtime mistakes that silently raise blood pressure and the 3 evening habits that actually help it drop naturally overnight. These are simple, science-backed changes you can make starting tonight. But before we move on, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Because in tomorrow's video, we'll also uncover the morning trigger that causes blood pressure spikes as soon as you wake up. You don't want to miss that. In the first part, we discovered how eating late, even small snacks before bed, can silently raise your blood pressure overnight. But that's not the only bedtime habit causing trouble. There are other hidden evening mistakes millions of seniors make every night, habits that keep their pressure high when it should be dropping. Let's uncover the top 5, one by one. And as we go through them, write in the comments which of these you've been guilty of. Be honest, this is not about shame, it's about awareness. Awareness is the first step toward change. Mistake. For 1, eating or drinking too close to bedtime. We already talked about food, but this goes deeper. Late-night eating doesn't just trigger insulin and cortisol. It also keeps your digestive system running while your body is supposed to rest. This constant nighttime metabolism keeps your sympathetic nervous system active, meaning your fight-or-flight response stays on. Even small snacks, crackers, toast, fruit, or yogurt, can interfere with a natural nighttime dip in blood pressure. And drinks are even worse. Do you drink tea, juice, or even water right before bed? You might think it's harmless, but here's what happens. Your kidneys start filtering fluids, increasing nighttime urination. That interrupts deep sleep, and every time you wake up, your heart rate spikes slightly. These tiny awakenings push blood pressure up again and again. Japanese researchers found that seniors who woke up 2 or more times per night to urinate had significantly higher nighttime blood pressure, even if their daytime numbers were normal. What to do instead? Finish your last meal at least 3 hours before bed. Stop drinking liquids 1 hour before bedtime. If you must drink something, take small sips, not a full glass. Your body will thank you in the morning with lower, more stable blood pressure readings. Mistake number 2, watching TV or scrolling on your phone before bed. I know. After a long day, it's relaxing to watch a movie, check social media, or catch up on the news. But here is the problem. Your brain doesn't know it. It's just a screen. When you're exposed to bright blue light from TVs, phones, or tablets, your brain suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals your body it's time to sleep. Without melatonin, your heart rate stays elevated, your blood vessels stay tight, and your blood pressure stays high. Even worse if you're watching emotional or stressful content like news, crime shows, or arguments online, your adrenal glands release adrenaline and cortisol. Those hormones are like caffeine for your cardiovascular system. They increase your pulse, tighten arteries, and raise your blood pressure instantly. A 2023 study in hypertension research found that just 30 minutes of emotionally charged TV before bed increased nighttime systolic blood pressure by 8 points on average, and the effect lasted for up to 2 hours into sleep. What to do instead? Turn off all screens at least 1 hour before bed. Replace that screen time with a calming ritual, a book, soft music, stretching, or deep breathing. Use dim, warm lighting to tell your brain, it's time to rest. Mistake number 3. Sleeping on your back right after a heavy meal. This one is rarely mentioned by doctors, but incredibly important. When you eat late and then lie flat on your back, gravity no longer helps keep stomach acid where it belongs. It rises up into your esophagus, something called silent reflux. You may not even feel heartburn, but this reflux stimulates your vagus nerve, the nerve that connects your gut to your heart. When the vagus nerve is irritated, it can cause irregular heartbeats and sudden blood pressure spikes during the night. Many seniors wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. and with their hearts pounding and assume it's anxiety or a nightmare. In reality, it's reflux-induced blood pressure fluctuation. What to do instead? Avoid lying flat for at least 2-3 hours after eating. If you must rest, use a recliner or elevate the head of your bed slightly. Sleep on your left side, not your back. It reduces reflux and helps digestion. Mistake number 4. Drinking alcohol or caffeine in the evening. Many people believe a glass of wine helps them sleep. But while alcohol may make you feel sleepy, it actually disrupts your sleep cycle, causes dehydration, and raises your blood pressure overnight. Here's why. Alcohol is a vasodilator at first. It relaxes your blood vessels, making you feel warm and calm. But a few hours later, your body rebounds by constricting those vessels to compensate. That rebound effect raises your blood pressure while you're asleep. Caffeine, even in small amounts, is another hidden culprit. Seniors metabolize caffeine more slowly than younger people. That cup of coffee or black tea at 4 p.m. could still be stimulating your nervous system at midnight. A 2019 study published in Sleep Medicine Reviews showed that caffeine taken even 6 hours before bedtime delayed melatonin release by 40 minutes and raised overnight blood pressure by 5-7 points. What to do instead? No caffeine after 2 p.m., limit alcohol to small amounts, and never within 3 hours of bedtime. Try herbal teas like chamomile or lemon balm instead. They naturally calm your heart and mind. Mistake number 5. Taking certain medications at the wrong time. This one shocks many people. Did you know the time you take your medication can change how it affects your blood pressure? For years, most doctors told patients to take blood pressure pills in the morning. But recent studies show that taking them at night may actually be safer and more effective for many people. Why? Because your body naturally needs lower pressure during sleep. Taking your meds at night helps your heart rest and reduces the risk of morning spikes. In the Hygia chronotherapy trial, which followed over 19,000 adults with hypertension, those who took their blood pressure medication at night had 45% fewer cardiovascular events, heart attacks, strokes, and deaths, compared to those who took them in the morning. But this doesn't apply to everyone. Some meds, like diuretics, water pills, can cause you to wake up multiple times to urinate, which can be counterproductive. That's why it's essential to discuss timing with your doctor. What to do instead? Ask your doctor whether evening dosing is right for you. Never adjust your medication timing on your own. Keep a consistent schedule once you find what works. So, let's recap the 5 evening habits that can silently raise your blood pressure overnight. Eating or drinking too close to bedtime, watching TV or scrolling before sleep, lying flat right after eating, drinking alcohol or caffeine late in the day, taking certain medications at the wrong time. Each of these may seem harmless, but together They create the perfect storm: high nighttime blood pressure, poor sleep, and morning fatigue. But here's the good news. Small changes can make a huge difference. Studies show that seniors who fix their bedtime habits can lower their nighttime blood pressure by as much as 10 to 15 points without changing medication. In the next and final part of this video, we'll go through the 3 bedtime habits that actually help lower your blood pressure naturally, including one that might surprise you. These aren't complicated, and they don't require supplements or special equipment. Just small changes to how you prepare for bed that can calm your body, relax your vessels, and help your pressure drop naturally overnight. But before we move on, leave a comment below. Which of these 5 mistakes are you guilty of? Late night snacks, TV, wine before bed? Let's see which one tops the list in our community. In the first 2 parts, we revealed the hidden habits that silently raise your blood pressure overnight. From late night eating and TV before bed, to alcohol, caffeine, and even certain medications taken at the wrong time. Now it's time to turn the tables. Let's talk about the 3 bedtime habits that actually help lower your blood pressure naturally, calm your nervous system, and allow your heart to rest the way it was designed to. These are simple, science-backed, and proven to work, especially for seniors who struggle with nighttime hypertension, insomnia, or morning spikes. Before we start, I want you to write in the comments, what's your usual bedtime routine? Do you read, pray, stretch, or scroll your phone? Let us compare and see what habits this community shares. You might learn something new from others in the comments. Habit number 1, the 10-minute breathing routine before bed. This one is free, simple, and works better than most medications for calming your nervous system. Deep, slow breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural at rest and repair mode. When you breathe slowly, especially through your nose, your heart rate begins to drop. Your blood vessels relax. Stress hormones like cortisol go down. Your body literally tells itself, it's safe to rest now. A 2021 study in the Journal of the American Heart Association tested a simple breathing protocol on older adults with hypertension. The results were stunning. Those who practiced 10 minutes of slow breathing, 6 breaths per minute, before bed, lowered their nighttime systolic pressure by an average of 9 mm, similar to what some blood pressure medications achieve. Here's how you can do it tonight. Sit comfortably or lie in bed with your hands on your stomach. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for 2 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat for 10 minutes. You'll notice your heart rate slowing, your muscles relaxing, and your thoughts quieting down. Many people fall asleep before they finish. If you want to make it even more powerful, combine breathing with gratitude or prayer. Studies show that reflecting on positive memories or giving thanks before bed further reduces stress hormones and helps regulate blood pressure overnight. Habit number 2, the warm foot soak, the forgotten Asian trick. This one comes from traditional medicine, but it's fully supported by modern science. In Japan and China, elders have used evening foot baths for centuries to improve circulation and calm the body before sleep. It works because your feet contain thousands of nerve endings and small blood vessels that act like thermostats for your entire body. When you soak them in warm water, those vessels dilate, which helps blood flow more freely, reducing pressure throughout the body. A clinical trial from complementary therapies in medicine showed that seniors who soak their feet in warm water, around 40 degrees C or 104 degrees F, for just 15 minutes before bed experienced a drop of 7 to 10 millimeters in systolic blood pressure and fell asleep faster. The ritual also helps remove daily tension, physical and emotional. Think of it as washing away the stress of the day. Here's how to do it right. Fill a small basin with comfortably warm water, not hot. Add a few drops of essential oil like lavender or chamomile if you want to enhance relaxation. Soak your feet for 10-15 minutes, dry them well, then put on warm socks. This simple practice helps redirect blood flow from your core to your extremities, allowing your heart to rest and your nervous system to quiet down. Habit number 3. The silent bedroom rule. You've heard about sleeping in a dark room, but noise is just as dangerous. Even low-level sounds, like a ticking clock, street traffic, or a TV in another room, can trigger micro-arousals in your brain that prevent deep sleep. Every small awakening is accompanied by a spike in heart rate and blood pressure. In fact, researchers at Harvard found that seniors exposed to consistent nighttime noise had 30% higher average nighttime blood pressure compared to those in quiet environments. Their cortisol and adrenaline levels remained elevated even while asleep. The goal is to create a calm, silent sanctuary for your body to rest. Here's what you can do. Remove any electronics that emit light or sound. Turn off the TV completely. Don't fall asleep with it on. If outside noise is unavoidable, use white noise or soft nature sounds instead. Keep your bedroom temperature cool, around 18-20 degrees, 68 degrees, is ideal for stable blood pressure. If you live in a noisy environment, consider foam earplugs or a white noise machine. A consistent, gentle sound masks sudden noises that would otherwise jolt your nervous system awake. The science of nighttime reset. When you combine these 3 habits, deep breathing, warm foot soak, and a silent bedroom, you create the perfect conditions for what doctors call nocturnal dipping. That's when your blood pressure naturally drops 10-20% during sleep. This dip allows your heart to rest, your arteries to recover, and your brain to cleanse itself from the toxins accumulated during the day. If your blood pressure doesn't dip, your risk of stroke increases by up to 80%. But with the right routine, you can restore that natural rhythm without drugs or extreme diets. Bonus habit: the heart gratitude mindset. Here's something many people overlook. Emotional tension is physical tension. Unresolved anger, regret, or worry can literally tighten your arteries. Before bed, take 1 minute to mentally release anything that upset you that day. Think of one thing or person you are grateful for. Gratitude increases heart rate variability, a key sign of cardiovascular health, and helps lower blood pressure naturally. A 2020 study from Frontiers in Psychology showed that seniors who practiced nightly gratitude journaling had lower morning blood pressure and better sleep quality within 2 weeks. It's simple, but powerful. As you lie down, repeat silently, "I did my best today. I am grateful to rest now." You'll feel your body loosen, your breathing deepen, and your heart calm down. The final message. Now, let's put it all together. Here are your key takeaways for protecting your heart and blood pressure at night. Avoid before bed, late-night eating or snacking, alcohol and caffeine, screen time or emotional content, lying flat after meals, taking medications at the wrong time. Do, instead, stop eating 3 hours before bed. Practice 10 minutes of slow breathing. Soak your feet in warm water for 15 minutes. Keep your room dark, cool, and silent. Fall asleep with a calm mind, not a full stomach or stressful thoughts. Follow this for 1 week and you'll notice the difference. You'll sleep deeper, wake up clearer, and your morning blood pressure readings will be lower, sometimes by 10 points or more. Your heart deserves rest just like you do. Treat your nights as healing time, not as an afterthought. Call to action. Now I want to hear from you. Have you noticed your blood pressure is higher in the morning? Which of these habits do you think affects you the most? Late-night snacks, stress, or poor sleep? Leave your answer in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, click like. It helps more people find it. And don't forget to subscribe, because tomorrow's video will reveal the one morning mistake that causes blood pressure to spike right after you wake up. And finally, if you're serious about managing your pressure naturally, check the link in the description. You will find a list of doctor-approved supplements and foods that support healthy blood pressure, circulation, and sleep. Thank you for watching. Remember, health isn't about perfection. It's about small, smart changes repeated every day. Sleep well, rest deeply, and give your heart the peace it deserves. Good night, and I'll see you in the next episode.